Hi, everybody. It's Mitch Piskur, and you're here for another episode of Business as Usual. We find ourselves today in Ashland, and specifically, we're at Associated Charities. With me today is Chris Box. She's the executive director. Chris, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Glad
Thank
to
you
have
for
you.
asking.
Glad to have
Yeah,
you here. Can
yeah.
you, for those who don't know, can you just talk a little bit about Associated Charities? What does Associated Charities do? How long have you been here personally, and how long has Associated Charities been here? Give us some good knowledge.
Sure. So I have been here 5 years, and I've been blessed to be here for 5 years. But let me give you a little history lesson on our association. We started in 1910, so we have been in business since 1910, and we started from a group of ministers that saw a need in the community. They knew there was a need in the community. People would knock on doors asking for help. So this group of ministers said, let's form an organization that people only have to knock on one door instead of, can I get food from you today, but this isn't enough, so then they go to the next door. Well, now we are here to take care of all of that at one stop. So, and since 1910, that's a long time, and that says a lot for who we are and our community that supports us. I mean, we are solely supported by our community.
That's awesome. Can you talk about how many people that you serve? I know you're here year round.
Yes, yeah.
Different times of the year. I know you probably have some peaks and valleys, and sometimes are busier than others. Can you talk a little bit about
Right,
that?
right. So we see our busiest times are right before the holidays. We just recently, well, we just last week shared Easter food, hams, and a box of food for our families. And we do that at every holiday. So that'd be Thanksgiving, Christmas, and Easter. So we shared enough food for 300 families here in this last week.
Awesome.
Yeah, and we do that at each holiday. But our busiest time is going into Christmas, where we provide toys for kids, or we have families that adopt families, and so there's a lot going on all year round. But those would be our busiest seasons.
Let's talk about the need over since you've been here 5 years. What did it look like 5 years ago compared to now? Is that need
Sure.
increased, decreased, or what's that look like?
Yeah, we have, and actually before COVID, we're right now. Then let me back up to say that right at this point, we are looking at numbers that we served probably prior to COVID. So within from last year to this year, 22 to 23, we have seen a 51, 52, 53%
Holy
increase
smokes.
in the
Yeah.
need. So, and prior to COVID, that's about where we were also. So those numbers, I mean, we're serving probably nearly 30,000 people a year. And that's a lot. That's a lot. They're not here every week. They see us every other month. So when you factor that in, there's a lot of stuff going on.
Can you talk specifically about certain services that you offer to those people? Because I know there's the food, clothing, and some other things like that.
Yes. So a lot of times people think of us as only food, but we do also provide assistance for folks that are being evicted. So they have an eviction notice from their landlord. So we will help them get them through to the next month so they can get back on their feet. And we do that for utilities also. But additionally, then too, we have coats for kids. We see a lot going out the door as soon as September and the first frost rolls around. Frost on the pumpkin. So, and then also look at giving shoes and backpacks, school supplies, school clothes, going out right at the beginning of August, getting ready for the kids to get back to school. And then from there, we're looking again. Then we go into holidays, but we also do a few things on the side that I think people aren't familiar with. Is that we have a satellite program that we take our food. We take our truck, our van out to the northern part of the county. That would be Polk. We go down to Perrysville, and once a month we are providing food to. We take a mobile unit literally down to those or up to those communities. Additionally, we assist our hunger center for dinners which would be at either St. Ed's or then Emmanuel Church has a breakfast. So we provide food to them. Pathfinder Farms is another avenue that we send food to. So there's a lot of different things are happening that you just don't really know.
You're located here in downtown Ashland, but you're obviously your focus, and you have that outreach going that you can reach everybody in the county.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's important.
Oh, sure
For us.
is.
I mean, we're community helping community, and if community can't get to us, then we are going to get to them.
That's great.
Yes.
I appreciate
Yeah.
that. I think you touched on it a little bit earlier. We're completely supported by the community. Can you talk about, if it's related, about funding? How do you
Sure.
get funding for your operations? How does
Okay.
that come about?
Right. So we're either funded financially through community partners and friends of ours, private donors financially that help us, assist us with, if we don't have what we need here, we will have the funds to get what we need. So we're thankful then to United Way we're a partner under United Way, and then additionally we see funding coming to us by way of community grants, and we've been blessed with a recent grant from the Community Foundation for a new restroom facility in our warehouse. So that's a big thing. So we're excited for that.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Great. So that's for your warehouse. So let's talk about all the stuff that you do. We've touched on that, but what staff do you have to get all that done? 'Cause it's a lot going on.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
what do you have? You have a small but mighty staff.
We
I
have a
believe.
small but mighty staff and of 4, and counting me.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we also have assistance with our golden doodle down here. I think she popped her head up.
Yeah, Missy's
some
being a little
point.
shy, but just got this beautiful golden doodle down here between us.
Oh, but anyways, our staff, we hustle every day. But to get big jobs done, then we're blessed with community volunteers. Thank you, Armstrong. We call Mitch and say, "Hey, Mitch, hey, Sandy, can we send an extra hand down to help us pack groceries, help food?" But we have a large list of community ambassadors, so to speak, that when I need help, I make a phone call, and that's where we get our
Great.
people. Yeah.
You do a lot of good. It's such a blessing to have you in this
Thank
community.
you.
You serve
Thank
such
you.
a great community. You folks work so hard. I know your staff, and you have a lot of fun around here too. And
Yes.
That's why we enjoy coming down and
Yeah.
help volunteering.
Yeah.
So it's just you're doing a lot of
Sure.
good stuff and
Well, thank
having
you.
fun doing it too.
Thank you. Well, it's an important job. We're
is.
blessed to be able to do it, and it means a lot. It's very rewarding. It's a rewarding job. So, yeah. So
It is
we
rewarding.
appreciate it.
So if somebody wants to reach out, how can they help you? If somebody
Sure.
wants to get involved and
Yes.
help Associated Charities,
Yeah.
what can they do?
Yeah. Our every day we are hopeful, and we're always looking for non-perishable food items that every day somebody's knocking on the door with a delivery, and that's how we make it work. And then of course then financially too is very important, because that helps us pay the bills that we have, plus it helps us help our community.
It's awesome. A lot of good
Yeah.
stuff.
Thank you.
Is there a website, phone number, anybody, if they want to get more information?
Sure. So our website is associatedcharities.com. And our phone number is 419-281-6061.
I put it in front of me as a cheat sheet, so just
Yes,
in case.
I almost forgot.
You passed
Thank
the
you.
test. You did
Thank
well.
you.
That is exactly right. So
Thank you.
if if it touches your heart, something you want to do to help the community, the phone number's there, the website's there. Reach out to Chris and her team. They'll be happy to tell you different ways that you can help them, help the community. Thanks for joining us, Chris. We really appreciate it, and we will catch you next time on Business as Usual.